Let's just begin our regular docket. They didn't bring the inmates up for the extraditions. So good afternoon, everybody. You're in first appearance, magistrate court. Today you're going to be informed of the charges and we're going to determine if there's probable cause. Today is not your trial day.
Your blue light not on.
Craig. All right. Let's go off the record. We'll come back. Okay, thank you. We'll repeat what we did with the extraditions. Perfect. Thank you.
Sorry.
Hit the mic at the state table so it doesn't interfere with the recording. Thanks. All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to try this again. We have the blue light on. Everything's being recorded. So you're in first appearance. Come on in. You're in first appearance magistrate court. My name is Judge Kim Teresa Malika. Today you're going to be informed of the charges, and we're going to determine if there's probable cause. Today is not your trial day. Please do not talk about the facts of your case. Everything's being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. You also have a right to an attorney. We have, I believe, Mr. Romero at the main jail, and we have Miss Julie Chase, who's here with me. Oh, Mr. Sanders, I'm sorry. Huh?
No one's here at the main jail, public defender.
Okay, well, we're gonna have Mr. Austin Sanders hopefully in a moment
Okay.
at the main jail. Thank you. Let us know when he arrives. And we have Miss Julie Chase, who's here in the courtroom with me. If you have a private attorney, please let me know when you step up to the podium. All right, so we do have, finally, we have our extradition inmates here. We'll be back in a moment. it. Go back to it. Okay, so we have Brenna Marie Joy Edge. Okay. Okay, good afternoon, Miss Edge. You have a charge, an ad charge, 2 KPS misdemeanors. They are for possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less. All I actually have is one, Eric. Is there 2? Same case number. Oh, no, it's 2 separate case numbers. So I have 818, and then I have 685, it looks like, but it's not on the, do you know with this one I have 2 capiases, but there's only one booking sheet with one case number?
Oh, because one was done this morning and the second one was an ad charge.
Okay, all right, do you know which one it was that we did this morning?
Count one.
The,
Count one is count one is the prostitution.
okay, I don't even have what it is, okay. So, say that again?
685 MS 40. That's what we did this one.
Okay,
I didn't get a writing for you. I'm reading the notes as reset. So I don't think you would consider that as one.
all right, tell me what one is. The solicitation,
And count two is possessing of cannabis.
okay. All right, so this is what we have, ma'am. We're gonna start a do-over from today. We have the prostitution, hold on just one moment. He's gotta get that piece of paper from the clerk, so. Okay. Give me one moment, ma'am. You can come in. You can come in. Something in there, I'll help you with it. Okay. All right, so while the clerk is doing that, just give me 1 minute, okay, before you bring them down. Okay, you have a prostitution solicitation and you have a possession of marijuana under 20 grams. Bond set at $500 each count for a total of $1,000. The court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard? Does she want to resolve it, or?
Judge, that might be possible. The other option, I do have a good address for her parents' house, and if we could release her, and she could get notice at her parents' house.
I have
Otherwise-
3420 Southwest 32nd Court, West Park.
It's not an option. They're not gonna let me stay there. I haven't lived there in over a year. It's not an option. I'd like to resolve the case.
And I have an offer, just to let the court know, her arrest last month on an MO was also on a failure to appear.
Okay,
I'd offer withholds on both cases. On the prostitution, it would be with an additional condition that she.
the test.
Yes, within 30 days.
All right, so here's the situation, ma'am. Court will give you a withhold of adjudication and court costs of $293 on count 1, which is a solicitation. The count 2, oh wait, I do have to impose court costs on that one as well. I'm sorry. It's a
Okay.
separate case number. So it would be
So,
$293 times 2. If you don't pay it, I'll give you 6 months to pay. If you don't pay it, they could suspend your driver's license, and then you'll have a late fee, and if you get caught driving while your license is suspended, then you're gonna have another charge, okay?
okay.
All right, so give me 1 moment, I just have to sign something. Okay, and I'll give him 1 year to pay that, Madam Clerk. Okay? Thank you.
Okay.
All right, no, I was talking about something else, I'm sorry. All right. Sure. All right, ma'am, go to the left. Your attorney's gonna call you. Thank you. Here you go. I want to make sure we let them go because they're holding. Thank you. That's the extradition docket. You might want to put an E on that. Okay, hold on one moment. Raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. Brenna Marie Joy Edge, EDGE.
Yes.
All right, it's my understanding that you wish to give up your right to a trial in both these cases.
Yes.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No.
Let me finish the question, okay? Ever been treated for a mental illness?
Yes.
Okay, don't tell me what it is, but does your mental illness affect your ability to understand what's going on here today?
No.
Okay, you understand, what is it, your second, or what is it, the third with the prostitution, it's a felony?
Yes.
Okay, you understand if you get arrested a third time for prostitution, they could charge it as a felony and not a misdemeanor, do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, understanding what and you've had enough of time to speak to Ms. Chase, your attorney?
Yes.
All right, understanding what I just explained to you, you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest? 2, solicitation, and 2, possession of cannabis 20 grams or less. No contest?
No contest.
Court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Court's going to withhold adjudication and impose court costs on each count and $293 on each count. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 1 year to pay. But
Okay.
this is the thing, you do have to take an AIDS test within the next 30 days. And you are to bring a copy of the receipt for the test, not the results.
Okay.
Just the receipt to the clerk of the court within 45 days. Can you do that?
Yes.
All right, you have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. You can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. The court takes judicial notice of the time that you served in the Broward County Jail, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, ma'am.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right. Susan Ellen Salat. Susan Ellen Salat.
I think that's her right there.
Hello,
Right here,
Mr.
Judge.
Saunders, nice to see you.
Good to see you too, Judge.
All right, is this Miss Susan Ellen Salat?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you have DUI, alcohol, or drugs, second offense, $1,000 bond. Counts 2 and 3 are DUI with damage to property or person of another, $1,000 bonds on those. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are actually not for magistrate, those are civil traffic infractions. Possession of an open container, careless driving, no proof of insurance, license not carried or exhibited, improper backing, oh, and I forgot one other one, failure to display vehicle registration. The court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard on the $3,000 bond?
Yes, Judge.
Go ahead.
She has been in South Florida over 10 years. She has a residence. She can't make a monetary bond. Lives on Social Security. She has numerous health that she needs medication for, and we're asking for her to be put on pretrial release to her residence. And she says it can be verified by Susan Rosenfeld, which I gave the number to pretrial.
Okay, so I'm sorry, you're asking for what?
Pretrial release, Judge. Standard pretrial. Oh, she said since the 90s she's lived in.
Yes.
Since the 90s she's lived in South Florida.
Well, it says 0 months at residence, 3304 Aruba Way, K3, Coconut Creek.
Correct, Judge. I don't know about 0 months. She said she's lived in South Florida since the 90s.
All right, so state, what are you recommending?
I'm fine with pretrial, just ask no alcohol or intoxicants be a condition of a release.
Okay, no alcohol or intoxicants, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, ma'am, so what that means is you're gonna be randomly tested for alcohol and drugs. I am gonna allow prescription medication, Ms. Patrice, as prescribed. And you're gonna have to report within 24 hours of your release to pretrial services. So if you get out tonight or, late tomorrow, you have to report by 3 p.m. I try to get there by 12 because you don't want to hit the rush and be sitting there for forever, okay? Can you give her a map, Austin?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Alcohol. No alcohol, no intoxicants, and you're going to get tested. Anything further, Your Honor?
Huh?
Anything further?
Nope. As long as you gave her the map.
I gave it to her, Judge.
Okay, give me a moment. All right, next one is Jacqueline Elizabeth Lee.
Call for hour.
Judge, I just spoke to Ms. Lee as well as her boyfriend, who's actually working on bond issues at this moment. I wanted to inform Jacqueline of that. But they also both mentioned that they were speaking to private attorney Gary Ostro. I was just trying to get the phone number for that. But just to let you know, Ms. Lee, I did speak to your boyfriend who was working on the bond issues, okay?
God bless you.
Thank you.
It's a shame they didn't have a computer for everybody to use in bond court. You know what I mean? Like a general computer everybody can sign on.
I do have a tablet, but I went to the jails this morning.
Because it really helps with first appearance. Okay, so are you represented by Gary Ostro? Can we find him? O-S-T-R-O-W? Okay. Who do you have? Okay, give us a moment. Let's just take care of this. Can you pull up Eric Redmond? Do you know what page?
It's on page 6.
Page 6? Okay. Tell you what, Miss Lee, have a seat. We'll call you in one moment. Let me take another case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll call you in a moment. Eric Stephen Redmond, page 6, main jail. Okay, Mr. Redmond, good afternoon, sir. You have a capious misdemeanor for an alcoholic beverage violation. We have Mr. McLawrence here, your attorney. You failed to appear at arraignment, bond set at $250. You were supposed to appear July 2nd. What say you, Mr. McLawrence? I'm sorry.
It's okay, Judge. Judge, Mr. Redmond was actually in custody back on June, and we resolved another MO case that he had. So apparently we just missed this case. We didn't realize that this case was still pending.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
Well, I'm not saying you, Judge, I missed it.
Okay,
And he would like to resolve this. He says that he has a ticket to go back to St. Augustine to live with his brother, and he just wants to resolve this matter.
okay, withhold and court cost $78. Court costs, okay?
Yes, Judge. And Mr. Redmond, I didn't see anything except what we discussed, so when you get out, just give me a call and we can talk about it.
Yes, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay, then.
So there's nothing else, right?
There is, Judge, but he wants to go to trial on that other.
All right,
matter.
that's fine. Sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, put your hand down. It's my understanding you wish to give up your right to a trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
You've had enough of time to speak to your attorney, Mr. McLawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how do you wish to plead to open alcoholic beverage violation, sir?
No contest, ma'am.
All right, you understand that you're not going to have a trial and you're going to give up your right to having the city prosecutor prove the case against you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you understand what's going on? You're not under the influence of anything or ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, ma'am.
Okay, court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Withholding court costs is $78. I'll give him 6 months to pay, Mr. McLawrence. Court takes judicial notice of the time that he served in the Broward County Jail. And, I said $78. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Good luck, sir. Is that it, Mr. McLawrence?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
That means time served, right?
Yes, sir.
You get out today, sir. Thank you, unless you have something else.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, so let's go back to, hold on, you don't have to. Okay, Jacqueline Elizabeth Lee, please. All right, so we're gonna call Mr. Ostro.
Gary Astro, can I help you?
Yes, Gary Ostro, please.
One moment.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Ostro, it's Judge Malika in Magistrate Court. How are
Thank you so
you?
much for giving me the opportunity to appear by phone. I appreciate it. I had just filed my appearance only minutes ago.
That's fine, no problem. So here's what we can do. You can appear by phone or you can come over, whichever you prefer. It doesn't matter to me.
I prefer to do it now. I'm stuck in my office. I can't get away now, so I appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, no problem. All right, so your client's charged with, she's in court. Can you hear him, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so she has a possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond, possession of controlled substance without a prescription, $1,000 bond, possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, total of $2,100. The court does find probable cause. Give me one moment.
Sure.
All right, so $2,100 total bond. Is your mailing address, ma'am, 332 Southwest 14th Court, Pompano Beach?
It's a mailing address, yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. All right, Mr. Ostro, what say you? $2,100 bond.
Yeah, in the interest of my client, I'm going to be setting up a hearing before Judge Siegel, whose division the case will be in front of, for asking the court to release her with a special condition of ankle monitor into a secure program. She certainly needs it. I'm concerned about her welfare and her actual survival at this point. Her threats, there were threats about her suicide yesterday, as well as the use of funk and other severely addictive narcotics. So She needs help severely. She knows it, and we're going to try to get it for her. But that's what I'd like to do. And her boyfriend is not going to be bonding her out, at least at this point. He wants her in a program, secure facility, as a condition of any release. So I guess unless the court wants to entertain that now, I don't know if we can. But,
Sure.
it's your call.
But do you know the name of the program?
Yeah, actually, ideally, Meridian would be the recommendation, but we've SOS for the ankle monitor because without that, it really isn't meaningful. Where's Meridian? It's in Broward County on Tradeswood Avenue in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, all right, state, any objection?
Your Honor, frankly, I think this is something better done in division in front of Judge Siegel. There's just a lot of moving parts. What Mr. Oster is referring to, I believe, is when he said it'll be before Judge Siegel's, because she has an open possession of cocaine that she's out on bond right now.
Well, Judge, if I can respond to that, that's why we want her in a lockdown treatment facility. She was in several before this last outing of hers, which is progressively getting worse. I'm happy that she's still alive. She needs therapy desperately. She's not going to get it in the Broward County Jail, although I would prefer, if anything, she remain there other than any other conditions of release other than the one I'm seeking. Other than Meridian, which is an ideal scenario. She has insurance. It's a phenomenal program. And with an ankle monitor, she's going to have to be committed to recovery, at least on the surface anyway. She can't go anywhere.
Will they take her with an ankle monitor?
Absolutely, yes. They do accept people. In fact, ankle monitors in that program are very, very common. So, yes, they do. And we're very familiar with the program as well. She's a perfect candidate for it. We've already reviewed her history. We've spoken to the owner of the facility, whom we have a relationship with, and he will take her, if the court releases her, into that program. Nowhere else. She's got to go into the program.
What, ma'am?
I just want the ankle monitor to where I have to stay home, a house arrest or something. I don't want to leave my house.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Your Honor.
She said she doesn't want a program, she just wants an ankle monitor.
So,
Hold on.
you know what, Judge? I really don't care what she wants. What she wants is to continue to get high. That's what she wants.
But, Your Honor,
And she's
this is...
going to. And it's her survival I'm concerned about. My job is
wanna
to
go
do what's
home.
in her best interest, not what she wants, but what's in her best interest. And this has been going on for months since I've been representing her on the other open case. She needs treatment severely, and I think, based on my vast experience in practice for 35 years, that the ankle monitor and Meridian is the perfect combination. And I know they'll take her, I know we can get her in, and I know her insurance will pay for it. So I'll leave it to the court.
And Your Honor, this is why I'm
Hold on, ma'am.
This is why I'm suggesting this is better dealt with in division, where at that point someone from Meridian can speak with her and evaluate her. Because it doesn't matter if Mr. Ostro, if Your Honor, if the treatment center, if I want her to get help. If she doesn't want it, what's to stop her from just walking out of this place and cutting a GPS monitor off? Especially considering the other information Mr. Ostro provided about how he considers she could be a harm to herself.
I just want to go home.
Well, that's exactly right. She wants to go home where she can do what she wants, where her enabling boyfriend gives her money to do what she wants, and what she wants is to get high. That's, of course, she
I
wants to go
won't leave
home.
my home. I can be
Of course
house
she wants to go
arrest.
home.
I won't leave the house.
Actually, I want to refute what the state just suggested. My job is not to do what she wants. My job is to do what's in her best interest. What she wants is not in her best interest. What she wants is to kill herself with narcotics.
It's not true.
Specifically, Flocka. Let me finish.
It's not
That's
true.
what she wants. What she needs
It's not true.
is help severely.
Ma'am, your attorney's
So I
talking.
asked the court to either, I wouldn't necessarily object to the state's recommendation that I go in front of Judge Siegel, because I know that he'll listen and he'll probably follow up with what I'm asking. But she certainly is not getting what she wants, because what she wants has been killing her progressively, and everybody around her that loved her for the last 6, 7 months. So that's not the criteria, respectfully.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna I have concerns. Had your client said she wanted to go there, I would have granted your request most likely. But I just put on the paperwork, attorney request hearing before Division Judge Siegel for bond purposes.
Okay.
And your client, I'm gonna keep the bonds at $1,000, and I'll tell you what, on the possession of cannabis, I'll do it $99, okay? That's just so I know not to do it for a second look. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
So sorry.
All right, Alexis Butler?
I believe she posted bond. I'll check though.
Are you Miss Butler?
No,
No, ma'am, she's the next one on the list.
All right.
I'm checking.
Megan Petticord? Okay, give us
Yes.
one moment.
Okay.
Okay, so, Alexis Butler, this is Petticord in front of me, but Butler bonded?
She posted her bond. I'm showing she's out of custody.
Oh, okay. Perfect, thank you. Megan Petticord?
Yes.
Hi, ma'am. You have a capious traffic and 2 violations of probation.
They were for 21
Don't
years
talk about the
ago.
facts of the case, ma'am. Hold on. This was before Judge Melanie May.
From 1997.
Yep,
Looks like
98.
she turned herself in.
All right, so this is what you have, ma'am. You have a capious traffic for an expired tag. And she has 2 violations of probation for a possession of cocaine. What say you, Miss Chase? Or should I ask you first, Mr. Linder?
Well, I can tell you, Your Honor, that Ms. Petticord filed a pro se motion to strike the warrant to Judge Shear, and Judge Shear denied it without prejudice. The public defender has filed a notice of appearance on the felony case. I believe this has to be addressed in front of Judge Shear.
When was that?
When was what?
When did they file it?
In 2000.
Because I know, no, when did they file a motion in front of Judge Shear?
They
and she
didn't. It was pro se. She filed
Well, when
a
did she
motion.
file it?
I don't know when she filed it. It was the order, Judge Shear denied it without prejudice January 30th of this year.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure, because I know they put the new judge's name.
Yes, no, I checked, and
Okay. And that's in both cases?
yes. Oh, well, I'll check.
Not on the traffic case.
No, well, I figured the judgment.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ROR her on count 1. Let me just, ma'am, what is your mailing address?
My mailing address is Box 4466, Everett, Washington. I came down here to straighten this out because I'm a veteran, and the VA has given me time to try to get this warrant stopped, and they stopped my VA checks, and they said, so I talked to the public defender. I was coming down here to get this taken care of so that the warrant can be gone, and I haven't had a check in 3 months, so they can pay me. I'm a veteran, and that was the only time I was ever in any trouble. I thought that I had completed everything. I thought I had transferred down to Cascade Court. I sent paperwork in. Everything was complete. It should have been off my record in 2006. And when I started taking my benefits in 2012, it wasn't on the record. It popped up in 2015. So it should have been off in 2006. It was all completed. So I flew out here to fix it.
Okay, it says, based on the foregoing, this court determines that the filing is a legal nullity. Let me give you this to you, Ms. Chase.
I was working with Christina Roy.
Okay, just give me a moment, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, give me your... Give me your mailing address, ma'am.
P.O. Box 4466.
Hold on, I'm writing it down. 4466.
Everett, Everett, Washington.
Is that W-A?
W.A.
Zip code?
98204.
Okay, Ms. Chase, you wanna come up and take a look at this?
way to get this taken care of. My home is 4,000 miles away. My dogs, I have somebody watching my dogs. The VA is going to be checking in a couple of days, and if the warrant is gone, then they'll restart my checks. I'm ready to stay in a hotel. I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to get this taken care of.
I understand.
Should I even inquire when our office was appointed, because I guess the basis of this is that she is represented, or
I have filed defense demand for discovery 1-2. She was declared indigent on 12/22/17.
Christina Roy filed a acknowledgement of appointment and notice of appointment for the Public Defender's Office on, it's dated December 28th of last year.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ROR her on one, I'm gonna update her address, or have the clerk update it. The violations of probation, I'm gonna have her held no bond on the two of them. Get her in front of a hearing in front of Judge Shear ASAP if you can. Okay?
Judge, I just wanted the court to consider, I did speak to her, I know she's diabetic, also suffering from pancreatic cancer, hasn't had any medications. I don't know if we could do a medical evaluation order, and if
Sure.
there's a way to set this.
No problem,
violation of
I'll do it for a
probation.
medical screening. What?
I didn't know if there's a way to try to set this as soon as possible, or it just has to go in due course.
Well, you gotta file a motion for Judge Shear.
Is that a first
If you
EOP?
can make me a copy of that, I'll, what? No, of the, you know what, call up Judge Shear, see if you can get a hearing.
That's what I was under the impression they were going to do. Christina Roy had told me that when I fly in, as soon as she saw me on the docket, she was going to call Judge Shear and give me a hearing and try to get
All
this
right, they're gonna contact your
reversed.
attorney, give me an order for a medical screening as well, okay?
I will email.
All right, ma'am, they're working on it, okay?
Okay, so I will
Just
have
be
to stay here
patient.
then?
You're gonna have to
Okay.
sit there a little bit on the one charge. I'm sorry, the two violations of probation, unfortunately. They're old cases, but your public defender will have to take care of it.
You can't release me and set
I'm
a
not
date?
gonna do that, ma'am, I'm gonna leave it up to Judge Shear. If Judge Shear hadn't touched it, and you just turn yourself in, then I would have considered setting a bond or something, but I'm not gonna do it at this point. Let Judge Shear handle it, okay?
Okay. Is she back? She was supposed to be, Christina Roy told me to fly in on the 16th because she was back from vacation. Is that correct?
I'm
She was
gonna
on
contact
vacation.
her as soon as we're done here in court. I'm gonna contact.
All right,
Ms.
just take
Roy,
a seat,
okay?
ma'am, she'll call you, okay?
Okay,
She's
thank
gonna
you.
call you on the phone. Deputy, don't take her back yet.
Okay.
Thank you. Janeth Burnett?
No problem.
Hello, ma'am, how are you?
Fine.
All right, ma'am, you have a charge of abuse of a child without great bodily harm and a probation violation. You have a no bond hold. The court does find probable cause. How come we don't have a court date for this? Is this out of county?
It's
Yes,
at a
it
date,
is.
Valerie.
Thank you, Mr. Linder. All right, so what say you, Mr. Linder? What are you requesting?
Your Honor, I'm requesting a $1,000 bond. I know it's charged as child abuse, but at the end of the day, I think this may get looked at as a battery.
Okay,
But considering the offense that she's on probation for, I think a bond is appropriate.
okay. Anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, any objection from the defense? $1,000 bond?
And Your Honor, also would ask for no victim contact with VJA.
Okay, ma'am, you're to have no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in the case until further order.
I don't know her at all.
Okay,
and
don't
she
talk
is
about,
at-
ma'am.
Sorry.
Everything's being recorded here. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you. So, if you don't know who she is, then speak to your public defender. Their name is, it's a child. Their initials are VJA. Okay? So speak to
Okay.
the public defender. No contact, direct or indirect, means no contact in person, calling, texting, writing, nothing on social media, and nothing through third parties. Good luck to you. Oh, wait, let me check your mailing address. Hold on. $100,000 for the state and the defense. No bond on count 2. So she's gonna have to go to Dade County. Ma'am, is your mailing address 1301 Northeast 39th Street, Pompano Beach?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you change your address, it's your responsibility to notify the clerk of court in writing. Thank you. Okay, ma'am,
Do I?
go to the left, they'll talk to you from the public defender's office, okay? Just go to the telephone over there and wait on the phone. Talk. Alton Gordon, please. Alton Gordon. Yeah. Alton Gordon, step up, please. And then we have Brendan Kirk Spencer, please.
Both bonded, Judge.
I'm sorry, who did?
Both of those.
Bonded.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so Gordon bonded. And then we have Brendan Kirk Spencer bonded. Vladimir Volbrun. Okay, Mr. Vladimir Volbrun, you have driving while licenses suspended. First offense and operating a vehicle in unsafe, improper equipment, not for magistrate court. The court does find probable cause on count 1, $100 bond. Anybody wish to be heard?
Do you wish to resolve this case? Or do you wish to bond out? What are options then? I just listed them. No, I'm okay. I want to be bond out. He's gonna bond out, Judge.
Okay,
No, I'm not gonna-
1933, hold on.
No, he says. I just want to resolve the case. He wants to resolve the case if the state has an offer.
Your Honor, the state's offer to be adjudication time served. He has prior DWLSs, but this would be a first within 5.
All right, 19331 Northwest 82nd Court, Hialeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you want to resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, put your hand down. It's my understanding you wish to waive your right to a trial, meaning give up your right to a trial and have the state prove their case against you? Do you want to give up that right and admit to the charge today?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
You under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, ma'am.
You understand that if you get 3 driving while licenses suspended, within a 5-year period, your license will be suspended for 5 years as a habitual traffic offender.
Yes, I understand.
All right, and you've had enough of time to speak to Mr. Saunders?
Yes.
All right, the court has to impose $293 in court costs. How much time do you need to pay that? 3
Okay.
months, 6 months?
6 months.
All right, court's gonna accept your plea of no contest. Find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Adjudication time served. $293 in court costs, 6 months to pay. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. The court will dismiss the operating a vehicle unsafe, improper equipment charge. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is someone making that noise at the main jail?
Yes, Judge, he's in sleep.
Okay, you wanna wake him up?
I don't really have an opinion either way.
What's his name? I'll get him out of here.
What's your name, sir? Lardo? Denardo.
Denardo.
Denardo. Page 9, Judge. Capias is driving trespass, and then no bond hold, grand theft from Cora. Grand theft motor vehicle.
All right, so Mr. DiNardo, you have 3 capias misdemeanors. You just heard your attorney, a capias felony, which is actually no bond hold, not for magistrate. You're going before Judge Calra on July 19th, which is this Thursday, at 11 a.m. Court finds probable cause for the arrest, so bond set at $500 on counts 1, 2, and 3 each. No bond on count 4, okay, sir?
Excuse me, count 4 is the Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
That was
Don't
really,
talk about the facts of the case. Talk to Mr. Saunders.
we're good, sort of.
All right, let me just verify. I have 1826 Northwest 88th Way, Coral Springs, Florida. Is that the address he wants?
Is that your address?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you. Adnan Anwar Baig, B-A-I-G,
Bond posted.
bonded. Thank you. Darren Preston Minku Stinnett.
What page, Judge?
I have no idea. It's Stinnett. Page 6.
It's an MO, Austin.
Okay.
All right, so this is no lodging on city-owned property. It's a bond of $100, sir. You know where this is?
Good.
Huh?
Email on the docket.
No,
Pull it up.
not for the Capias. All right, sir, what's your address?
I don't have an address at the moment.
You're homeless?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for being honest with me. The address that they have listed for you, by the way, is 26 South Hollywood Avenue, number 4.
Yeah, that's in Daytona where I used to live.
Okay. Do you have any relative or anything where we could change your address to?
I don't. My mother passed away. My father passed away. I don't have any family. I have no family.
Okay. All right, give me a moment.
Okay.
Is that the same? All right, here's the thing, sir. You're charged with the municipal ordinance, Mr. Shate, who's a special public defender for the city of Hollywood. I can appoint him to represent you if you can't afford an attorney. I'm gonna have to ROR you. I could call him on the phone and he could try to resolve your case today. Or you can waive your right to an attorney, and I'm not trying to push you one way or the other. You could waive your right to an attorney and you could enter into a plea today. With this case, I'd have to read what this paperwork says. I don't know if it's gonna be an adjudication, which means a conviction. I don't know if you have a prior conviction or what your prior record is. And then the
No, I
court's
have
gonna
no-
have to impose $78 in court costs. So before you say anything, because you have a right to be represented by an attorney and everything you say can and will be used against you, what would you like to do? Do you want me to appoint Mr. Shate? You can speak to him about this case. It is a criminal conviction against you and can be used against you in the future. So it's up to you.
I just want to get this resolved. It's a misdemeanor, right?
Yes, it's a municipal ordinance,
So
but
that's
it will be a
misdemeanor.
criminal conviction on your record. Well, I'll withhold adjudication, but it's still gonna be a criminal case. And it can be
okay.
used against you if you try to get employment or anything like that. So that's why I'm saying if you wanna fight the charge or you just wanna consult with an attorney before you admit to the charge, I can ROR you, I can give you Mr. Nishate's number, you can call him and you can come back to court, it's not a big deal.
I don't really have any cash to come back to court. I don't know how that would work out. I'm supposed to be leaving to the Keys also. So I mean, I wish I can just get this
Why don't we call
resolved.
Mr. Shate? Hold on, just take a seat, we'll see if Mr. Shate's around, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Take a seat. All right, Ansel David Agarrett. Thank you very much. Next one is James Raymond Camp, please.
Judge, we'd like a photo order for Mr. Camp. Mr. Camp?
Julie, they need a photo order. Do you have orders? There's a stamp there. No, they should have blank ones there. You're welcome. Okay, are you Mr. James Camp, sir? All right, sir, you have grand theft auto of a motor vehicle. $1,000 bond. Court finds probable cause. Court's gonna order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim, Michael Silvera, Silvera. Do you understand, sir? No victim contact?
Judge, if I can be heard?
Sure.
Your Honor, the defendant is currently.
Hold on, pretrial, can you hear them?
The defendant is currently being supervised by pretrial services. He was placed on pretrial on the 10th of April, case number 18-4210 CF10A. 1 count of grand theft auto, 1 count of grand theft more than 10,000, less than 20,000, and 3rd-degree grand theft. Based on this court's finding of probable cause, we're going to ask that his pretrial status be revoked. I understand that one of those cases where no info, and he's only being supervised right now on the 3rd-degree grand theft and the grand theft motor vehicle.
Thanks.
10 and 20.
Okay, go ahead.
Just a 20-year resident of South Florida. He receives $900 a month in Social Security. He has a residence in Pompano Beach, and that's all I got.
All right, no victim contact. Court's gonna keep the bond at $1,000 in this. In case number 18-4210 CF10A, court's gonna revoke his pretrial status and set bond at $2,500. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
And then on the, hold on, there's 2 counts?
Yes, ma'am, there.
Okay, so the second one,
order
tell you
is
what,
also-
do 1,500 and 1,000. Photo order, Miss Chase is getting it for you, Austin. Okay,
I have Mr. Shada on the line.
okay, Mr. Shea. I had someone, I offered them the opportunity to speak to the public defender's office. I mean, to speak, not the public defender, speak to a special PD for you. So I don't know how we're gonna do this, but, I was offering him a withhold if you'd like to talk to him, but I'll have to do it on speaker. Yes. Yeah, he's at the main jail. Hold on one moment. Yeah, you can. Phone's gonna ring in a moment from Mr. Shea. He needs to talk to Mr. Bennett.
Okay.
Bennett. Okay? All right, Sean Michael Survey. Okay, Mr. Survey, you have grand theft between $300 and $5,000. Bond set at $1,000. Counts 2, 3, and 4 do not require a bond. Resisting without, resisting an officer, or obstructing without, same thing. And commit theft, resist recovery of property. Court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard on the $1,000 bond?
Yes, Judge. He tells me that he can't currently make it. He is requesting the standard pretrial release. He's been down here since December, and he was in recovery, but he had a relapse. But he was an animal nurse and had 2 jobs before the relapse. at, Pet Express and also an animal hospital.
So what is it that you'd like me to do?
Standard pretrial release, Judge.
How's he gonna find out about his court date?
Clerk of Court's website. I'm sure this is gonna be filed. This isn't a drug case, so I'm sure it's gonna be filed within the next couple weeks, 3 weeks.
Did he get to talk to him?
You have a mailing address?
At my friend's house.
He has a mailing address that his friend's address they can go to.
Judge, I would be opposing pretrial. He really has no ties to the community. He has an active warrant out of the state of Pennsylvania for failing to appear in a drug case, and that was issued February 1st of this year.
Is that extraditable?
I don't believe so. Surrounding states only.
I already spoken to him. So.
Okay,
And
so,
he says he's already spoken regarding that warrant, but he does have ties to the community because he worked down here at 2 different jobs. and
okay,
has
where
been
is he
here.
gonna live?
He doesn't have a place currently, Judge. You could have him come to pretrial office once a month and just kind of keep tabs.
Once a month?
Yes, Judge. He can call in and then come in once a month just to be able to secure a court date that.
Here's the thing, I don't wanna set him up for failure. I mean, he's gonna be living on the streets, I don't want him to, be in a situation where he has to go out, do something again. I mean, is there something else we can think of?
No, Judge. I mean, just because he's homeless, he shouldn't.
I'm not using against him because he's homeless, it's his situation, the totality of his circumstances.
But I understand what you're saying, but really, in essence, that's exactly what's happening, because without a residence, you're saying that you don't want to release him under pretrial, but in fact, the case law says that there's no legal obligation to have a court notice at the clerk's office. I believe it's the Williams case.
Well, it's not really the court notice that's bothering me that much, but it's really him just, not having a residence and not, you're telling me he worked at these places, but meanwhile, he's allegedly going into Walmart. So this is what I'll be willing to do. I'll order no return to Walmart, 2500 West Broward Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale. I'll ROR him. I am gonna put him on standard pretrial supervision. I want him calling in 3 times a week and reporting twice a month.
Okay.
Okay? So this is the deal, Mr. Survey. You're not gonna be getting a court notice. If you do get a mailing address, you just take your case number. You can go to browardclerk.org or you can tell your public defender, but you're supposed to send, it's your responsibility to keep up with your court dates. You can ask pretrial about it. You have to report to pretrial within 24 hours. And you're also supposed to notify the clerk of court in writing and your public defender with your case number of your new mailing address. All right, but if you tell your public defender, they might be able to do it for you. I
He
am
says
gonna
he has
make
a friend's address, Judge, that he can provide to you if you want to.
Yeah.
does he wanna give it now? I'll put it down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's 3134 Southwest 14th Street. 14th Street.
Is that an apartment number?
No, that's a house.
All right, and where's that?
Fort Lauderdale 33312.
Is there a care of somebody?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so sir, if you go back to this Walmart, 2500 West Broward Boulevard, you're gonna get arrested. Don't go back there. Do you understand? Yes?
Judge, he does.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, sir, so report within 24 hours.
You understand, Judge?
Okay, Mr. Shate, we're back at you. Did you get a hold of Mr. Stennett at the jail?
I report
Yes, sir,
tomorrow
I
morning.
spoke to him, and we'd like to accept the work order to the case as possible.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna appoint you on this case. Darren Stennett, please. Okay, I have Mr. Shade on the phone. You have had an opportunity to talk to him?
Yes, I did.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. And Madam Clerk, I'm gonna appoint Stephen Shade on this one. All right, sir, you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to no lodging on city-owned property?
No contest?
All right, you understand you're giving up your right to have the prosecutor prove the case against you, and you're not gonna have a trial.
Yes.
You're doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No.
Okay, and you've had enough of time to speak to Mr. Shate?
Yes.
You understand I gotta impose $78 in court costs today. And those court costs, if you don't pay them within 6 months, can turn into a civil lien against you and possibly suspend your driver's license.
Understand.
Okay, and if your driver's license gets suspended and you're caught driving, you get arrested. And then you're gonna have a $25 also late fee that you have to pay if you don't pay within the 6 months, okay?
Understand, okay.
So, all right, so you're gonna plead no contest, you said, correct?
Correct.
All right,
Yeah.
so withhold court costs $78, 6 months to pay. The court takes judicial notice of the time that you served in the Broward County Jail. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you, Mr. Shate. I'm signing an order appointing you. Hold on one moment. What, sir?
Do I get out today?
If you don't have anything else pending, you're done.
So I get out then, right?
You're done.
Okay,
Okay?
I mean, it's withheld, okay? Thank you.
Withheld of adjudication.
All right. Thank you.
All right, I'm signing an order. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, so next one is Bradley Cruz Rodriguez, please. All right, Mr. Cruz Rodriguez, you have loitering or prowling, $25 bond. You have a probation violation or community control. You have a no bond hold. You are going before your division judge, Judge Michael Rothschild, on February. It's FB, Division FB, on July 19th at 8:30 a.m., which is this Thursday. Court does find probable cause. Court's gonna set bond at $1 or RLROR on count 1 and no bond hold on count 2. Okay? Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. All right, I asked for a recall for Demetrius Alexander Jones. Is there a Demetrius Alexander Jones? Step up, sir. Come on. Good afternoon, Mr. Jones. You have a grand theft auto charge. It's an ad charge. It's pending in Judge Merrigan's division. Takapi actually not in custody. There's a $1,000 bond. It's count 8. Court finds probable cause. What other bonds does he have? What say you, Mr. Romero, or I'll let Mr. Linder go first?
He's got a total bond on his other counts of $3,500 plus pretrial GPS.
All right. What say you, Mr. Ms. Chase or Mr. Sanders? I'm sorry. Count $8,000 bond. He has $3,500. He has a GPS in his other counts. Okay. All right. So the court will leave the bond at $1,000 then. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Let's go to our second look docket. Who are all these MOs? I know. You need to, when you do them, tell them. All right, let's start with, I'm gonna start top of the docket that I have, is we have Kyera Murphy, North Broward.
She has 2 cases also, Judge. Another one later in the docket.
Do you know where it is?
Page 4. They're both for motion for release.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yep.
All right, are you Kyera Murphy?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is the second, well, can't be a motion,
They're both 30.
30-day motions? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, the state did not file an information on 187074 CF10A.
All right,
So
what
she-
is that, 2 or 4? 7074.
It's page 2,
So that's not no info, it's ROR.
yes.
All right, so ma'am, you have 2 different cases today. 187074, which is a possession of the ecstasy, the MDMA, false ID given to a Leo and driving while license is suspended. You arrested 614. And then you have another case, ma'am, where you arrested, it says 614 as well, for burglary of a structure, occupied, fraudulent use of credit card, criminal use of personal ID 2 times, and felony petty theft. So, what's going on with case number 187230, the burglary one? With
That,
the,
that was filed.
okay, and what are the bonds?
Your Honor, there's a lot of charges here. I'm not certain, but I can tell you she has over $20,000
She does,
bonds
okay.
in out-of-county holds.
All right, so ma'am, on the first one, you're gonna be ROR'd on the MDMA, they're not they, as of now, have not filed formal charges. That does not mean that they're not gonna file charges in the future. That's in case number 187074 CF10A. But in the 187230, the burglary of a structure, the credit card, personal ID, and felony petty theft, the court's gonna deny the motion because because the state formally filed charges already and before the hearing today. So your bonds in that case are gonna remain in full force and effect. Was she charged? Was the info as charged?
There were,
I just wanna make sure that they didn't reduce them to a misdemeanor petty theft and we're charging her,
no,
a $3,500 bond.
no, it was filed as a burglary structure, just a burglary structure unoccupied.
So that would be a 3rd degree, not 2nd.
The bond on that is supposed to
Hold
say the
on, ma'am. I'll let you talk, don't worry.
And Your Honor, again,
Tell me what the charges are and
Thank
what the
you.
bonds are. Why don't we just do
burglary,
that?
burglary of a structure unoccupied.
Okay, what's the bond?
It was set at
I have to pay.
$500
Okay,
and 4 counts of,
is this what she's being charged with or she had?
no, I'm telling you what, based on what we filed.
Okay,
3 counts of criminal use of personal identification information. And I believe those were set, I believe at $1,000 each. And frankly, a $3,500 bond's pretty reasonable considering what she's charged with on her out-of-county.
okay, I have so many out-of-county holds, so this is what I'm gonna do, ma'am. I'm gonna deny your motion. If you want your bond reduced in these charges, then you can contact your public defender, okay?
So you didn't grant nothing?
Yes, I did. I granted
Judge,
it
at
in the
this point-
case with the MDMA.
At this point, though, Judge, I would consider not going forward with that motion, only that if she's been ROR'd, she's not getting credit, but she's still gonna be in. I think we filed them both because neither one had been filed, but if Your Honor RORs her on the first case on page 2, then she wouldn't necessarily be getting credit for that. That's my concern.
State?
It's Ms. Chase's call. She wants to, I guess, waive the motion.
Can I speak to my attorney?
Sure,
That's who filed the motion. So,
sure. Go to your left.
are you finished?
Maybe, maybe not. Deputy at North Broward, if you could hit the microphone. Okay, so let's take a couple let's go to, let's see. This will get moving on it. Okay, Mr. Saunders, we're gonna go to the next person. Eric Hallman. He's at the main jail. Come on up, sir. Okay, you are here for, this is an ROR.
Who's this, Your Honor?
This is Eric Hallman, Hallmon. He's got a battery, he's got an F3 and an M1, battery by person detained, in violation of an injunction for protection.
Your Honor, if we could put this on recall, please.
Okay. So recall, Glenn Ellis. What? Can he?
Yes, but he needs.
Yes, go over there and ask for them.
I didn't know if you knew, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, what is your name, sir?
Glenn Ellis.
Okay. He's here today on a motion for ROR. It says North Broward, by the way.
Yes,
On my sheet.
Your Honor, the state has declined to file charges. The state has declined to file charges on the top 2 counts. We did file count 3 as presented, the resisting without violence, and it does have a misdemeanor case number. I spoke to Ms. Chase about this. He's obviously entitled to an ROR on counts 1 and 2.
Because I prepared an order, RORing, him on the resisting without, because it was filed as a misdemeanor down filed, but he's still been in custody for the 30 days on it, so I'm asking to release him on that.
I don't have an objection to that.
And as to the other counts, they were no declined.
All right, I want you to pull up this case. I just want to see it.
Glenn Ellis.
Is he not here?
Okay, while we're pulling something up, the other lady, do we have to call her case back? Okay, perfect. Oh, thank you. Bless you. Okay, so just looking what Judge Cohen did a $2,500 bond on the resisting without. And I don't care if you want to change it now, I thought you said 1,000. No, maybe I'm, all right.
I don't believe I made any references to, because frankly, I don't know what this is on Hallman?
Ellis.
Oh, I mean, on Ellis? No, I don't know any of the bonds that were set. I just know that we declined the top counts and filed the resisting without violence. I spoke to Ms. Chase. Considering that he has been in custody over 30 days on the resisting without violence, I don't necessarily have an objection to an RO on that count.
On count 3.
Yes, which will now have a misdemeanor case number because it's the only charge that was filed.
I prepared the court order.
Is that gonna go out of a domestic violence division then?
It's a resisting, so it would probably be a regular division, not domestic. It would be, if it were staying in domestic, it would be Judge McHugh as opposed to Judge Cohen, but I think being
Yeah, I
that the
understand.
DV cases are gone, it would be just a regular misdemeanor division. And I prepared that order with the new misdemeanor case number for resisting without.
Okay, so State, you have no objection, you're saying, to RORing on the resisting without?
No, Judge.
All right, so, Mr. Ellis, here you go. Court is going to, on counts 1 and 2, State is telling me they're not gonna file charges. Count 3, the resisting an officer, obstructing without violence, you're gonna be ROR'd on that count. Court is gonna keep the no contact with the complainant in this case, okay? I'd
Yes,
stay
yes,
away
ma'am.
from them, don't go near them, no third-party contact or anything, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
Your Honor, we can go back to, Eric Holman's case.
Okay, so hold on, so counts 1 and 2, hold on one moment. That's on count 1, Judge Cohen found no PC, and he ROR'd him on that anyway, so. Huh?
Count
The
2.
violation of the injunction, yeah. Okay? Count 1 is granted. Okay? No, 1 is granted. 2, just do 1 and 2 is granted. Even though there was no PC, I'm still gonna ROR him. It's
Just easier.
really negligible what we're doing, but just to make it easier. So 1 and 2, no probable cause. I mean, no, ROR. And count 3, we're gonna ROR on the misdemeanor case, the resisting without. Do you need this? You can look at it? No. Okay. Okay, and you agree with that, correct? Okay. Give me one moment. Yes. Give me one moment. Okay, North Broward, I need a deputy.
Yes.
Hi, I don't know why, Robert Kern, well, I do know why. He thinks he has court on Thursday. I need him brought up back up, and then I'm gonna,
Your Honor.
oh, Conti, I'm sorry. All right, I need him brought back up.
Oh,
I'm gonna have
yeah,
Mr. Shade needs, when he gets back up, let me know. Mr. Shade's gonna call him.
okay.
All right? Thank
Yes, ma'am.
you. All right, so let's go back to, so we took care of Glenn Ellis. Sub Ryan McCullen?
And Your Honor, after this case, we can go back to Eric Hallman's case.
Sure.
Conti, ma'am.
Okay. All right, sir, you have, your attorney filed a motion for ROR. Sell cocaine within 1,000 feet of the school. What say you, state?
Your Honor, an information was filed as presented.
Okay, sir, an information was filed, so I'm gonna have to deny your motion. Contact your public defender or your private attorney and speak to them further about your case. You should be having arraignment soon, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm sorry, which is the next one you wanted me to,
Eric Hallman on page 2.
thank you, I'm getting a little confused here with the papers. Okay.
I believe he's at Maine.
Okay, Eric Holman, we'll go back to Maine. Okay, so
That's
what are
Willie
we doing
Grayson.
with this?
Your Honor, the state filed an information on the violation of injunction.
Hold on.
State filed an information for the violation of injunction and declined the charge on the battery by a detainee. So we would ask that the court deny the motion at this time.
All right, so let me just ask you a question. The battery by the person detained in prison or a jail facility on count 1, you're saying you did or did not file on?
Did not file.
Okay, so the violation of the injunction, his bond set at $1,000?
Yes.
All right, so your bond set at $1,000, I'm gonna deny the motion. However, you do have the battery by the person detained, the state's probably not gonna go forward on it, or they haven't as of today, that doesn't mean they can't in the future. And then for the violation of the injunction for protection, Judge Williams set your bond at $1,000, we're gonna keep that. You do have a bunch of no bond holds, I think you went to your division judge June 20th, I don't know what happened with that.
With BOP, Your Honor.
Judge, is the misdemeanor, is that a misdemeanor or is that a felony?
It's an M1 misdemeanor,
Okay.
okay? Thank
Thank you.
you. Oh, which one's that? That's not for, I just wanted to make sure. Hey, Madam Clerk, what does this say? Did you cross these out?
Yes.
All right, I just want to, all right, I'll initial them too. Okay. All right, Eric Hallman, we just did. So then the next one is, do we do Xavier Robinson?
Not yet.
All right. Xavier Robinson. Hello, sir, how are you? We have a lot of RORs today.
Okay.
And, Your Honor, information has been filed. The state filed the robbery, firearm, deadly weapon as presented. And, possession of firearm, ammunition, or weapon by convicted felon. The state declined the charges of attempted felony murder and grand theft firearm.
Okay. All right. So we'll deny the motions. He has no bond on the robbery firearm. The attempted murder, you said the state's not going forward, so no $3,500 bond.
And Your Honor, just so you know, the jail's already received our paperwork and updated the bonds. Has no holds on the two counts, the two charges we declined.
Okay, I'm just trying to look it on here because I'm gonna sign paperwork.
Yeah, I'm just saying it for his benefit. Mr.
So
Sanders
the carrying
knows and
concealed
his benefit.
firearm, you are or are not going forward?
The grand theft firearm, attempted felony murder have already been declined.
Okay, so these are declined. Okay, 2 and 3. All right. All right, sir. Thank you. Good luck to you. What happened with Kyera Murphy? Are we done? We're done with that, right? So I had a recall. That was the one that you said, okay? All right, I just wanted to make sure too. Annette Ward? Annette Ward.
All right, Your Honor.
Okay, this is 7/12. I have defense motion for ROR. I have nothing filed in CMS. She was arrested July 12th. What are we doing with this?
It's a second look, Judge. She has a $1,000 bond for felony prostitution.
Ivy? I know you wanna. Thank you. All right, Ms. Chase? Mm-hmm.
Instructed to call in and can visit the office in person, at this point, she's been in custody and no opportunity.
I tend to
go out.
agree, Mr.
So the court's aware, she was placed on pretrial in her last case, and she was taken into custody because she violated pretrial.
Does she have a place to live?
Well, and there was a residence that time, but apparently she left it because when they checked, the field unit checked.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna put her on pretrial. If she doesn't show up, she's gonna get arrested and sit in jail. So it's up to you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you bond out? No one can pay $100 bond for you?
No, ma'am.
All right, if I put you on pretrial, supposedly before, you didn't comply with it. So I don't know what happened. I don't wanna know what happened, but do you wanna be put on pretrial?
Okay, so then so what I'm gonna do
Yes.
is have the judge.
All right, do you know what it entails?
What does it entail?
You have to call in twice a week, and you have to report once a month. You also can't get any new law violations, and there's a host of other things, but the majority of it is that you don't, you call in twice a week, and you report once a month.
Okay.
All right, and you gotta come to court. Is that something you'd be interested in, or you want me to keep the $1,000 bond?
I'm interested, ma'am.
All right. Do you know when you have to report?
Once a,
All right, Ms. Chase, why don't you speak to her? I'm not feeling too comfortable. Okay. All right. So call him up, tell him to call Conti.
Okay. They're calling
Go to the phone, yep. All right, let's go to Jatez Blount at the main jail. I'm gonna keep moving it forward. Jatez Blount. Mr. Saunders, where are you? I'm just trying to move it forward. Okay, so, Mr. Blount, this is the second look. He has grand theft between 300 and 5,000 bonds. He was ROR, pending pretrial release.
He's got $1,000 bond pending verification.
Ma'am, I can't afford a $1,000 bond.
Okay, wait
at
a
all,
second.
ma'am.
It's
I
ROR,
apologize.
pending pretrial. So is this a pending verification, or what is this? Okay, so what's been happening with it? Miss Patrice, I'll ask you. I'm sorry, Ivy.
Jatez Blount.
You're doing what? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna allow everybody time to get it together. Everybody's busy. So I'm gonna take a break. Ryan, you ready, Ms. Patrice? Yeah. Okay. All right, so Paul Ryan,
Yes, ma'am.
all right. We need Annette Ward back, please.
She's here.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
hello.
Miss Judge.
Okay, all right, so Ms. Chase, can you state it again so it's on the record? I know you said we were going, that was the first one we were doing.
Right, I did speak to Miss Word, explain pretrial, that she does have the paperwork there explaining the requirements, the number to call, where to report, and what time she needs to be there, either later today or first thing tomorrow morning if she gets out late tonight.
Well, she's actually not gonna be able to make it today because they close at 4:30.
So tomorrow.
So it's not gonna be enough of time, so, ma'am, if you get out tonight, you have to be there tomorrow by 12 noon, unless you get out, later than that. If you get out after 10 o'clock or something, I'll allow you 24 hours within your release, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right?
All right.
All right, good luck to you. Make sure you don't miss court. All right, so let me see at Conti. I believe that's where Mr. Kern was.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hello, what's your name, sir?
Robert Kern.
All right, let me get Mr. Shade on the phone. Give me one moment. I was actually in Hollywood for a couple days, covering for another judge there, and I'm the one that set your hearings because you were supposed to appear in court and you were in custody, and I didn't want warrants issued for your arrest on these charges. So let me get Mr. Shade on the phone and then we can go over it, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Did you get to talk to Mr. Shade?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Hold on. Okay.
Hello?
All right, Mr. Shade, you're on speakerphone. If you could talk just a tiny bit louder. I have Mr. Kern in front of me. He indicated that he spoke to you.
That's correct.
Okay.
And he indicated to me, Judge, that he gets out at the end of the month, a county sentence already.
Okay. All right, so he has here carrying an open container, public drunkenness, loitering where sign is posted, and no lodging on city-owned property. So the court will withhold adjudication and impose court costs in each one and give him 6 months to pay if that's what he'd like.
Okay, that'd be fine.
Okay, is that what you want to do today, sir? Eric, are you leaving for the day? Okay, see, no, that's fine, I just saying goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, sir, hold on, I was saying goodbye to someone else that was leaving the courtroom, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. Okay, so you have carrying an open container with the charges I just told you. Raise your right hand, do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
Okay, put your hand down, your name is Robert Kern, K-E-R-N?
That's correct.
Okay, Mr. Kern, your attorney has advised me that you want to resolve your cases today for a withhold of adjudication and court costs of $78 in each case. I have to
Okay.
impose court costs by law.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do, resolve all 3 cases today?
Yes.
All right, anybody forcing you to do this?
Oh, no.
Under the influence of any alcohol or drugs?
No.
All right, you've had enough of time to speak to Mr. Shate?
Yes.
You're doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Never been treated for a mental illness that would affect your ability to understand what's going on here today?
No.
Okay. All right, how do you wish to plead to all these charges I just mentioned? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? No contest?
No contest.
Court's going to accept your plea in all these cases, find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Withhold on each count if there's 2 on the case number 181900 MO 48. Court costs is $78. Madam Clerk, 6 months to pay. And I'll do that on all the charges on here. Then in case number 18001903 MO40A, court's gonna withhold and impose court costs $78, 6 months to pay. And in case number 181905 MO40A, withhold and court costs $78, again, 6 months to pay in all three cases. The court takes judicial notice of a time that you served in the Broward County Jail. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. You're done with these cases except for paying your court costs. Good luck to you, sir. And thank you, Mr. Shate. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Your Honor, can you still hear me?
I can hear you, but I hung up with Mr. Shate.
Oh, that's okay. I just wondered, like, am I doing more time than I already have
No.
left to do?
No,
Okay.
you're done with these cases except for this $378.
Right, but I still have like another 3 weeks on my sentence
This
before.
has nothing to do with that. This is just, these three cases are completely done, okay?
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. You have a nice afternoon.
You too. Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, on a net ward, do we need to put that it's, ROR on here or no? For the bond or? No, this is, a second look, not an ROR motion. Cause it was $1,000 bond. I don't know if we need to do it on count one.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, if you could just make sure on these, it's 6 months to pay. I didn't see it on there. Probably missed it. Thank you. All right, so, Mr. Saunders, who do you have at the main jail?
Mr. Blount?
Spell it for me? I didn't hear you.
I don't have a docket.
BLOUNT.
I didn't hear you because you were facing the other way.
BLOUNT?
I see
Yes,
it, page 5, Jatez Blount.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
How you doing today, Your Honor? God bless you, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, so we have,
I'm asking for standard pretrial, Judge. He's not able to make a monetary bond.
He was released pending verification on Friday. At that time, the court told the defendants that they were to utilize the kiosk and put information in.
what is this up here? It has a, it says Southwest. Do you know what that is?
That just looks like a portion of an address, but I do not know.
Okay. So, let me ask you this, sir. So, pretrial is telling me, Ms. Patrice, that Judge Rodriguez advised your client to put something into the kiosk. I don't know if it was an address or what it was. So, this is pending pretrial release. What is the address? Does he know it?
Yes, ma'am. Could I say one thing, Your Honor?
Just the address.
The address is 524 Southwest 22nd Terrace, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33312. It's right across the bridge, Your Honor.
That'll do.
And whose address is that where he's gonna live, Austin?
Yeah, it's his brother's address.
Is he allowed to live there?
Yes, ma'am.
What's his brother's name?
Corbin Priester.
What's his number?
It's 954-907-0066. And I have another number for him, which is 954-496-4376.
Okay, Ms. Chase, you want to take this and give him a call? See if his brother, if that, confirm that's his brother's address, that he can live there. Okay, next person, Austin, we'll recall it.
We have one more, Judge.
Who do you have?
Sean Allen Decker.
Okay, page 7. Okay, this is the second look. He has possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia. Decker, Decker. Want the paperwork?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. You can borrow mine if you want.
I don't have him as a pending verification.
All I have is $1,000 bond. So what say you, Mr. Saunders?
Just asking for standard pretrial, Judge. He says he can reside with his brother and sister-in-law.
And Judge, I just wanted to point out, I was looking at the PCs Your Honor gave me. This is a residue case, and he's been in custody a few days. I would tend to agree and ask for standard pretrial.
Okay, State, any objection?
Judge, if pretrial can, wow, that's loud. Sorry, if pretrial
That's
can
okay.
verify.
We like it loud here.
If pretrial can verify, his address and, everything's copacetic with them, I don't have a problem with it. He does have several priors, most of them are, leads me to believe he might be.
Judge, that's a no objection from the state. We good?
Well, they want to
I'm sorry,
verify
counsel, were
it
you
and,
answering for me?
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I didn't know if counsel was answering for me.
He is.
Okay, I'd ask that he not, because he's not with the state. But that is no objection, as long as pretrial can verify his address. I was going to say the priors lead me to believe it might be an issue, but if
All
they're
right, so
willing to
tell
do
me
that.
what makes you think that, because I'd like to know.
Judge, it just seems, it looks like he has several priors. He's got a lot of withholds that go back from 2015, trespass, failure to leave, trespass, drug priors, cocaine, dealing in stolen property. There was another trespass. I don't know if he has a residence, which is why I say my non-objection is contingent upon pretrial verifying that he will have an address.
Okay, what is this address, 4609? What's that?
That's my brother's address in Tamarack, Florida, ma'am.
Tamarack.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what is your brother's number, sir?
954.
You writing this down, Mr.?
325.
Hold on, 954.
325. 7014.
All right, you know what, Mr. Saunders, since Ms. Chase is doing 20 things, can you call out or you can't call out from the jail?
I'm not sure.
I can't call out for the
He
jail.
can?
He said
Okay.
he cannot.
No, you, Mr. Saunders.
Okay.
Call this number. Let him give it to you. Call the brother. See if he can live there, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna call the next case. We'll be back in a moment. Let's go to Paul Ryan. Anybody at Paul Ryan left? Okay.
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, Conti, who do you have left?
Willie Grayson.
Hello, Mr. Grayson. How are you?
Hi. All right. How are you, Judge?
Fine, thanks. Okay, Mr. Willie Grayson, you have a possession of cocaine, a second look. Okay, what say you, $1,000 bond?
Judge, I spoke to him. He was arrested on the 12th. He has been unable to bond out. He doesn't have any money presently or in the bank saved up. He's planning on living at Salvation Army. He's been there before. Only employment is the labor pool, so he doesn't have any cash on hand to bond out, but he has been working at the labor pool and will live at Salvation Army. I'm asking for a standard pretrial. He has been in South Florida for 58 years, and again, reviewing the probable cause affidavit on this case, I see a residue case.
So what do you say, State?
Same argument as Mr. Decker, Judge.
Okay, I'm gonna put Mr. Willie Grayson on standard pretrial. Sir, here's the thing. Did you speak to him, Miss
did.
Chase? You're gonna have to report within 24 hours of your release.
Yes, Your Honor.
So the latest you can get there tomorrow is 3 p.m., but don't get there by 3. I want you there by 12 noon, depending on when you get out, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
But I'm gonna give you 24 hours from your release, before I violate you.
Yes,
And
Your
then
Honor.
you're gonna be back here on a no bond hold, most likely, okay?
I'll be there, Your Honor.
All right, so Deputy Aconti, can you please give me in front of me? Can you give
Thank you, Your
Mr. Willie Grayson a map? And then we'll have him, sir, you're gonna have to call in twice a week. And I'm only
Yes,
gonna
Your
have
Honor.
him report, after court hearings, like you normally do. He doesn't have to report in person, but, sir, there's a bunch of terms and conditions. Pretrial services will tell you what they are, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, Deputy, who do we have next to Conti? Anybody else?
That's it.
All right, have a good day. We'll go to
You
North
too, Your Honor.
Broward. North Broward, do we have anybody left there? Hello.
Yes, Your Honor, I have 2 individuals.
All right, call the case.
Judge, we're ready, ma'am.
All right, give me one moment. What's your name, ma'am?
Nikki Paulino.
Nikki Paulino.
Page 6.
All right, she has possession of ecstasy. Pretrial release pending. All right, what's her prior state?
Judge, looks like she has a possession of cannabis and a drug paraphernalia that pled out on July 10th, 2018. She received a withhold on both.
Mm-hmm.
That is all I have in Broward, Judge. I don't have any. I would have to take the time to look up CCIS on the other one.
Okay, do you have an address you can live at?
Judge,
She does have other priors. I show over 30 arrests for one.
No, that's okay. So, ma'am, what's your address? Do you have a living address or are you homeless?
As of now, I'm gonna go to a shelter.
What's the 2127 Plunkett Court?
That's, I'm getting evicted from there.
All right, because my concern is you're not gonna have notice for your court date, and that's where they're gonna go. So I don't know if you have an address of a friend or a relative that you want that I can change it to, so you do get notices of your court date.
I do get mail there.
Okay.
Judge, if she's on pretrial, they will also notify her. When
No,
she's
I
checking
know,
in.
but I want her, if
Okay.
she does change her address, I wanna notify her, she has a responsibility to
Right.
put her case number and in writing and tell your office and the clerk of court immediately of her new address. I just don't want them relying on pretrial services and putting it on them. So,
And Your Honor, just so you know, this is one that was pending. And we did speak with her father, Dustin Farias. That address, she had told the court then that she resided there. But the dad said she cannot live there because they're being evicted, just as she said.
okay. All right, state, anything further?
No, Judge.
All right, court's gonna put her on standard pretrial supervision as well. Ma'am, here's the thing, you gotta report within 24 hours. The deputy's gonna give a map. It's on you, if you don't comply, you have to report within 24 hours. So try to get there tomorrow by 12 noon. They
Yes, ma'am.
close, you have to get there by 3 o'clock the latest, but I will, before you're violated, on your pretrial, give you 24 hours from the time of your release, okay, ma'am?
Yes, yes,
All
ma'am.
right. You have to
Thank you.
report, this is the thing, you're gonna have to report. I mean, you're gonna have to, I want you to call in 3 times a week. Okay?
Okay,
And
that's
report
fine.
once a month in person. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, what is your name?
Crystal Tahara, T like in Tom, EJEIRA, Crystal like the crystal ball.
This morning, you released her to pretrial supervision. I'm not sure why she's back. I believe she was a medical reset, and then pursuant to the AO, she was scheduled to come back here. But if the court remembers this morning, I actually wrote 2 orders because you only had her on a perfection. And because you only had her on the perfection, they didn't have any paperwork on count 1. So I
Didn't
wrote
we
a
do
short
count
order.
1 though? That's
Yeah,
what
we
I
did.
think.
I wrote a short order specifically for her.
All right, so is she released on her own recognizance
She's
or?
gonna go on pretrial. Here are the 2 orders. So she came back here just because she was brought back for perfection. This morning, the court addressed the perfection and was advised that she also has a second count, and that's why I wrote a short order, because the clerk had no paperwork on her. So she ought to be released today, and as the court directed her this morning, she ought to report to pretrial tomorrow.
All right, so do we have to do another order?
No, ma'am, she's deleted from the docket because she was addressed this morning.
Okay, what is her last name again?
Tahara, Tejeira.
Page 4, okay.
Yeah, she was addressed this morning.
All right, ma'am, so you're released on your own recognizance,
She's released to pretrial, yes, this morning.
and you're gonna be released to pretrial services. You have to report within 24 hours of being released, okay?
Can I ask you a question? Does that mean I have to bond out or
No,
anything like that?
nothing,
Okay.
no bond.
And am I going to need a monitor?
No,
Okay, so just go tomorrow.
you go tomorrow, you'll get out tonight. You have to go tomorrow, it's down by the courthouse. Deputy at North Broward, can you hand Ms. Tahari, Crystal Tahari, a map?
Tahara.
It's right below you, ma'am, actually.
Yeah, I
Make
have
sure
one.
it's not the Spanish one. Unless you speak Spanish.
I speak Spanish, but
Okay.
I rather in English.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank
Will
you.
I have another court date to go
Pursuant to the AO.
Pardon?
She was only here pursuant to the AO, but this court addressed the matter this morning.
Okay.
I'm sorry, will I have another court date to come to, or?
Yeah, you actually have 2 different cases pending. You had 2 different capiases. So you're gonna have to check them. You can ask pretrial services, but you can look online. And you might wanna go and update your address with the clerk of the court if it's not updated. You have to do it in writing with both your case numbers. You might wanna go, you can go to the Hollywood courthouse. If you want, if you live down there, you can go to any of the courthouses, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Good luck
Have
to
a
you.
nice day. Thank you.
All right, so we'll delete her from the docket. Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Hi. All right, so who do we have left?
Sean Decker.
Okay, that's page 7. Okay, so what are we doing with Mr. Decker again?
Judge, I tried to reach out to his brother, but one of the employees of his brother answered the phone and couldn't talk to the brother directly.
All right, so let's reset him.
Judge, can you just override the state's no objection and just put him on standard pretrial?
Please, ma'am. I got kids to take care of, child support.
And Judge, just because someone's homeless, just.
I know, just
Okay.
Judge, and just to let these.
let me
just to
think
let-
for one moment, just hold on. What is his
And,
priors again?
Judge, I was gonna say
Billion
that,
trespasses, Judge.
no, counsel, but
Your Honor, if you give me
if you would just let me speak, I might make your point for you. Based on the fact that Your Honor gave Mr. Grayson standard pretrial release, and looking at the 2, Mr. Grayson's criminal history is much more extensive than Mr. Decker's.
Okay,
I don't have, again, I don't have a problem with you doing that, just reiterating what his priors were.
okay, thank you. Standard pretrial supervision granted.
Thank you, Judge.
Give him a map in front of me. Sir, you're gonna have to report within You're gonna have to report within 24 hours, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Okay, who's the next person? Did you get to speak to?
This person has a municipal ordinance, I believe, right?
Danny Crystal.
Christo?
He doesn't have, for the municipal ordinance,
One municipal ordinance and one.
he has an
misdemeanor.
ROR.
Okay, so he's just being held on the misdemeanor?
Yeah,
As far as I can see, let me just look.
It looks like page 4, there's a misdemeanor case.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put him on standard pretrial. Release.
Thank you, Judge.
Hold on one moment. Miss Patrice, was that on both of them? Because this is a copy of my order that I have. You see this? I can't even read
I
it.
see that. See, count 1 is a misdemeanor, so it's 2 separate case numbers. Count 2.
It's a municipal ordinance.
Correct, and he did not have a bond attached, so not on the count 2, but on count 1, where the bond was attached is what we would ask.
Okay, so that's on the, let me
MM
just,
number, the MM case, pardon.
662 MMPA.
all right, so then I'll put him on standard pretrial release. Make sure he knows to go there.
He will, he'll be there tomorrow. Right, Judge? Right?
And if not,
Great.
sir, you're not getting a second chance, most likely. You're gonna be held no bond if you mess up.
Not if you're represented by us, and you are.
So we're just doing it on the misdemeanor, am I correct?
Yes, so sir, it's gonna be your responsibility for the MO case, municipal ordinance.
Yeah,
Sir,
2
you
court
listen.
dates.
2 court dates.
One for the municipal ordinance, one for the misdemeanor. Your responsibility to go to court for both. Gotta go to the clerk of courts, or gotta go to the closest courthouse, or look it up on the internet, but it's up to you.
All right, there's a couple cases, just hold on a moment. What happened to Danny Christo?
That was him.
We're talking to him.
Yeah, I know, I'm just going through the names.
We're good.
Give me a moment, don't leave yet, Mr. Saunders. Danny Christo, we did.
We have Mr. Blount,
Mr. Ho, let me just sign this for Miss Patrice.
James Blount.
Who?
Mr. Blount, who's on
I
page
think we
5.
did him, let's see. We recalled Eric Hallman.
I think we were trying to make contact with his brother.
Okay, yes, recall and address, he's at Maine. Where's Mr. Blount?
Blount, I think left already.
He wasn't supposed to.
Oh, well, we didn't know.
Judge, I wasn't able to get in touch. The numbers you gave, that we tried, there was,
Was that
not
there?
in service,
Okay.
so we don't really have any answers at this time.
Hold on, let me just look at this. Do you have Mr. Blount? You do. No wonder I couldn't find it, okay.
He's coming back, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
How you doing
all
today,
right,
Your Honor?
good. All right, Ms. Chase, from the Public Defender's Office. Can you tell Mr. Blount what happened?
We attempted both of those numbers for his brother.
Can you talk closer in the mic so he can hear you?
We had attempted both numbers that you provided, but neither one of them was a working number.
Well, the address that I gave you, Your Honor, that's a correct address. I was just previously living with my brother. I previously stayed with him. I continue to stay with him before I just came in the jail. I was staying with him just now. And if you could let me out on RR because I can't afford a bond, Your Honor. I can report tomorrow and give you the brand new phone number, the brand new, whatever you need tomorrow with pretrial release.
What's the number you called, Miss Chase?
We called them and I misunderstood. I apologize. What it said is that it went straight to an automated voicemail without any rings. You know,
What's the number again? Give it to me. I want to put it down here.
They're written
It's
on your form.
954-907-0066, Your Honor.
And whose number's that?
That's my brother, Corbin Priester.
If you want, we can send someone. He does have a history of failing to pay and was released from Florida State Prison on December of 2007 for delivery of cocaine.
Sentenced as a habitual offender.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Looks like he was sentenced as a habitual offender on the last case that he went to prison.
Prior to that, he had a carjacking with a deadly weapon.
The only thing I can tell you is for this case right here, this is a target. Doesn't even say what the, hold on, it doesn't even say what the unpaid merchandise is. Maybe it does. This is multiple items. All right, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do, sir. We're gonna reset you for tomorrow afternoon. Let's see if pretrial can get a hold of your brother.
I tried calling as well. I couldn't get it. I'll try and
Honor,
send someone.
how about this? Don't even reset me or nothing. Don't reset me or nothing, Your Honor.
Okay,
I'm okay.
no problem.
Is this this is a Walmart gate or no Target?
Target.
Okay.
So you already just don't send my 15 off.
Nope, he doesn't want to, so. Okay, that was Lamont Dixon. Jatez, I'm sorry, Jatez Blount, right? All right, Lamont Dixon, what about him?
North Broward?
Yes, we're done for you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, North Broward. Did we do Nikki Polino?
Yes. Your court placed her on standard pretrial.
All right, and what about, so we did Jatez Blount, we did Lamont Dixon. We did not do?
Interestingly, I called all of the jails and asked them who they had left to make sure I had spoken to everybody, and no one mentioned Mr. Dixon.
All right, did we know if he's at, can we verify where he is, somebody?
Master Control Deputy Young speaking. How may I help you?
Yeah, hi, it's Judge Malika calling from First Appearance Court.
Yes, hi, ma'am.
Hi, we're missing an inmate again.
You're missing an inmate again? Okay, hold on one moment. Hold on 1 second, ma'am.
I'm sorry, this is Lamont Dixon, right? All right. Yeah, I was gonna say, I have X's on mine. Did he bond out?
Yeah, no one mentioned him either.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's why there's X's on it.
Okay, Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
what's the inmate's, information?
All right, it's Lamont, Lamont, Dixon, Dixon.
Okay. Dixon. Okay, all right. Let me find out where he is, and, it's Lamont Dixon. You don't have an arrest number? By any chance?
Does it start with a DV or a BCCN?
551
551
Uh-huh.
800
700.
700. Miss Patrice just gave it to me.
800-770 is the last three? It's 551-800.
Hold on one moment, I'm sorry.
551-800-700.
700, okay, 1 second. 700. Okay. Yes, he is in 12 Male Infirmary. Okay, ma'am. We're taking care of it on our end. We'll come over there momentarily.
All right, he's in the infirmary, does that mean he's sick or?
Hold on. We just say he's in the infirmary. Does that mean that he's sick? Oh, something's wrong with him, but we wouldn't know.
All right, so you want to reset him for tomorrow, Ms. Chase? What would you like to do?
Well, she's saying, she's asking if they're gonna reset.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I know you can't tell, but I mean, if he stubbed his toe, obviously they could put him in a wheelchair. But, I mean, if he has, if he can't make it, he can't make it. So, all right, I'll just reset it for tomorrow. Thank you. Sorry to bother you, Deputy.
No problem. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right, so these two are for tomorrow, so. Oh, wait, we do have that one more. Yorgel, Lanes, that bonded. Oh, and what about Sean Decker we did, right? Yep. Yeah. All right, so Dixon's for tomorrow. And who's the other one I reset for tomorrow? No, there was one more. I was gonna reset that other gentleman. All right, thank you.
Half the state.
Okay, thank you.